When you walk on the street of Nigeria, these are the snacks you see everywhere on the street. Welcome back to my channel. Our first recipe is going to be fried meat pies and fish rolls. As I'm starting with these two recipes because they need the same ingredients for their dough. So you can see the ingredients listed on the screen. Don't worry, their quantities will be in the description box. Once you have this dough, you can either use it for your fried meat pies or you can use it for your fish roll. I am telling you, they will come out perfectly. After mixing our dough now and setting it aside, we are going on now to make our meat pie sauce. I'm using chopped onions, chopped green bell peppers, and shredded carrots and a little bit of cabbage. That's what I'm using for the meat pie. Then after frying it for a while, I'm going to add in some of my spices. Don't worry, they'll be in the description box. Then add in my shredded meat. What I do, I boil my meat with some spices. Then I'm going to shred it with my grinder or whatever machine that you think can shred your meat. If you don't have a machine, just pound your meat. Make sure you boil till soft. Pound it and it will come out like this. Now I am done with my meat pie sauce. I'm going on now to make the meat pie proper. After rolling my dough to flat, I'm going to just go on now to cut round circles. You can see the round circles. What I'm going to do now is that I'm going to go on now to brush around it with egg mix and add in my meat pie filling. Now I usually brush with egg mix, very important, because I want my meat pie to seal properly while frying, and I wouldn't want it to open out in the oil. So I must brush with egg mix, seal, and go further now to seal. Very important, you must do that. If you do not brush with egg mix, my dear, your meat pie will come out opened on one end and you wouldn't like it. Now we are going on now to fry. Make sure your oil is fairly hot. If you have a deeper pot, fine. This my fry pan is just okay, but it is not so deep. Do not crowd your oil, no more than 2 on 3. It will give your meat pie space to fry properly until you have this golden brown look and your yummy fried meat pie is ready. Now, if you look at this meat pie and see how it looks, it's sealed all through. It didn't spill into the oil and it is so yummy. I don't know if you like fried meat, but I love it a lot. We are going on now to make our fish rolls. Remember, I told you that it is the same dough we used for the meat pie we are using for the fish roll, so we are not mixing another dough. We are just going on now to make our fish sauce. What I need for this one is just chopped onions and your shredded fish and some spices. Normally I parboil my fish with some spices, then I go on now to chop it. I go on now to take out the bones after boiling it with some spices. I go on now to take out the bones and shred it just with my fingers. I just take out the bone and just mesh it until it is this scattered or meshed. Then I'm going to fry it with my onions and add in some spices and fry until fairly dried, and that is it. Your fish roast sauce is ready. Normally, if your fish is burning while frying, add a little bit of your fish stock or more vegetable oil or just a little water to prevent it from burning. Not too much, just make sure it is dried. It will make your fish to last longer, especially if you're using it for business, and also to taste crispy and yummy. Now this is the dough. You can see the dough. You know, I told you that it's the same dough. So for your fish roll, it's a little bit different. For your meat pie, you just roll it flat and cut round circles, but for your fish roll, you're going to cut it into mini portions. Here I'm cutting my fish roll into mini portions, and I'm going to go for that to roll it individually. If this is your first time of stopping by DEBBY'S kitchen, you're so welcome. And if you've been here before, good to have you here. You know, when you walk on Nigerian street, there are some kind of snacks that you see on the street, and most of you like meat pie, most of you like fish roll, most of you like other Nigerian street snacks. In this video, you'll be learning 4 yummy Nigerian street snacks, and if you are using it for business, this video is something you must download and save in your playlist, because it will save you a whole lot of stress and give you a reasonable look on how to make these snacks, and you can start a business in front of your house. And if you can use DEBBY'S kitchen recipe and how it's being sourced and your sauce is yummy, I'm telling you, you won't lack customers. After rolling my dough to flat, I will just trim the edge to have a triangular look. Then I'm going to brush with egg mix, very important. Now this again I did for the meat pie, I'm repeating it for the fish roll. Why? I'm frying them, my dear. If I do not seal, my dear, my fish will just spill into the oil and it won't be nice. And when your customer buy the fish roll, you know what will happen. They won't see any fish inside because all of it would have gone into the oil. We wouldn't want that. So seal. Normally I will go for that to also seal the mouth, as in the edges of the fish roll. Just press it together with your fingers. That's what I did before frying. So take note of that. This is also to seal the edges and prevent it from opening up. Because you brushed with egg mix, the edges will seal and wouldn't open up with ease. Now, once you put your oil on the fire and it's fairly hot, you add in your fish rolls and stir and continue frying until golden brown. I want you to tell me your Nigerian street snacks that you love the most? Is it meat pie? Is it fish roll? Is it puff puff? Or is it egg roll? Which of them? I want you to comment in the comment section below, because I really want to know the one that you love and usually buy. Some people, they buy Nigerian street snacks every day with a drink once they are out of the house, and you have like 4 of them in this video. I think you should sit tight for our number 3. This is the most popular Nigerian street snacks, Nigeria puff puff. Who doesn't like puff puff? Funny enough, in this video I'll be showing you 3 ingredients that you will just use to make your puff puff easy. You can see them on the screen. 240 gram of flour, 5.5 gram of yeast, and 3 tablespoons of sugar. You add it to 300 ml of water. If you want more quantities, multiply these recipes and increase the quantity of warm water, sugar and flour alike. Now, after mixing it with 300 ml of water, we use 240 gram of flour or 2 cups of flour. You are going to cover with your film and allow to proof for 45 minutes to warm. Please, the problem with puff puff is your yeast. If your yeast is not good, there is problem. Then if you add too much water too, there's going to be problem. You're going to come out making akara, not puff puff. So that is why I added the quantity of the warm water you're using. And please, you're using warm water. This will help it proof faster. So take note of that. So I added the quantity of the water you will use. So if you want more quantity, you know what to do. Increase the water. Now, puff puff has proved. This is after 45 minutes. For my, it took 45 minutes because my yeast is super active. And I'm going to add it to my hot oil. You know, puff puff, the oil must be hot, not fire hot, but at least constantly hot. Then I'm going to fry until I have a golden brown look, stirring continuously. Puff puff is one of the most loved Nigerian snacks. Everywhere you go, you see it. People cannot just get enough, especially kids. It is cheap, it is easy to make, and also it is also very yummy. Who wouldn't love Nigerian puff puff? So with 3 ingredients, my dear, you can also make puff puff without stress. So I want you to take note of how to make puff puff with 3 ingredients and try it and tell me what you think in the comment section below. Our puff puff is ready. You can see how yummy looking is looking. Does this remind you of the puff puff you had yesterday? I want you to comment in the comment section below. Our final and 4th street snacks is Nigerian egg roll. Now, this is for those tush babes that likes egg roll. They don't want to eat puff puff. No, it's too oily. I want egg roll. You will love this recipe. This Nigerian egg roll is so easy. We need our flour, sugar, egg, butter, butterscotch flavor and milk flavor, and baking powder. That is all. Don't worry, their quantities and their measurements will be in the description box. I use 125 ml of water for the quantity of flour I use in this video, which I will be in the description box. Please knead your flour a bit for your egg roll and set your flour aside to sit or relax for like 5 to 10 minutes before rolling your egg roll. I know that this gives your egg roll a smoother look and a final finished look. So that is for that. When you're adding water, be careful, don't add too much water. Divide your egg roll into portions depending on the number of eggs you're using. I like dividing it into portions. It makes your egg roll have a fairly constant size, not one egg roll looking bigger than the other. So normally I divide mine to the portions in relation with the egg I have. I'm using 5 eggs for this recipe, so I had 5 portions. Look at the way I'm sealing it. Please do take note. After sealing it, cut out the excess flour. Please cut it out. If not, your egg roll will come out being too big, and it may not even cook well on the inside. So do not have excess flour. Make sure your flour is as thin as possible. You added baking powder, so it will still proof or increase in size after frying. So take note of that. Now we are done rolling all our egg rolls. You can see them. This is the excess flour left. This can form a mini buns, and we are going to now go on now to frying. Now, I've learned that one major mistake people make when making their egg rolls is either the oil is too hot or the oil is not hot at all. Egg roll is a very unique snack that you need to be very careful about. Number 1, your oil must not be too hot. Medium heat is okay. Then number 2, please let your pot be small if you are making small quantity egg roll. It makes your egg roll brown evenly all through, and it makes it easy for you to turn while frying, as in stir while frying without stress, and everything just come out looking even. If your oil is not so hot, your egg roll will soak so much oil that when you take a bite, it's as if you are drinking oil instead of eating egg roll. Then if it is too hot, another problem. Your egg roll will come out cooked on the outside, looking burnt on the outside and raw on the inside. So take note of all these tips. Your egg roll is ready. I don't know if you love all these Nigerian street snacks. I want you to thumbs up this video, to like and share, and I want you to comment, and I want you to know that Debbie's Kitchen love you.